Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Three Bros and a Mic. You know who we got here, man. We got Big Mark. We got J-Mac. We got Big Mike.
What's up, world?
And we have the lovely Isla, who is with us
back
again.
Yeah. What's up?
Let's keep this thing going.
We must really like you. We must really like you.
So, today's episode, you guys, man, I think it's a good one. I think we can have some healthy conversations. The topic is, I could, but I choose not to. And I think we all can think of a situation, no matter where we are, where we could have done something, but we chose not to. Could it have been for good reasons? Or could it have been for a bad reason, whatever the case may be? So I brought this up because I'm just thinking about the world and how, we think about, not talking about my political rant, but about 45, President 45, that guy, and all that he's doing, and got these people all in the whirlwind. And there's some people who, don't like him, and then you see all these people protesting, and the people that support him are hurting the people that don't support him. And what I mean by that is, like, we see on the news, like, people are being violent. And you see in the background people just walking by, or they just stand to the side and pull their phones out and record everything. Right. And it makes me wonder, like, is it our civic duty to help our fellow brother, fellow woman? Are we our brothers? Are we our brother's keeper? You know what I'm saying? Because if I see somebody who's being mistreated or being beat down, and I'm with my wife and my kids, do I sit back and say, all right, Lord, hey, that's their thing. I'm just gonna get my family home and keep them safe, or do I at least call the police? That's what made me think about this topic. Like, I could, but I choose not to. Am I being a punk? Am I being, afraid of not being a man by stepping up? Like, what if you see? I'm gonna let Mark talk about it, but you get what I'm saying? You could be in a day-to-day situation, man, where you see injustice happening, or just seeing somebody being wronged, man or woman. And I've seen some situations where somebody don't even know them, and they say, hey, man, look, don't talk to her like that. And then next thing you know, now it's this guy and this guy going at it. And the woman who was with the other guy who was just walking by, now she feels like she got to get involved because now you're messing with my man. And now it becomes a big ordeal when maybe he could have just walked off, but then again, he saw something that wasn't right. You know what I'm saying? So do you mind your business? That's probably a better topic, but title, mind your business or mind your business. What y'all think? What y'all think?
Yeah. Ooh. I think we can talk about, let's jump out what just happened, bro, with the big thing down in Alabama. I mean, you grab your chair and grab mine, right? Like, do you sit back like some people out there got their phone out recording, which was good for evidence, right, for some of that shit. Or do you be like some of the guys are like, they said, shit, I'm gonna jump in. I ain't gonna sit and let my boy get beat up. Or somebody, I don't even know that guy, but he getting jumped. He look like me. I'm saying some injustice. I'm gonna go hop in because I ain't gonna let that happen. Like, what type of person are you? Are you the person recording? Or are you the person acting?
But, and I'm gonna let y'all jump. I've got a rebuttal question for that. You got a wife and kids.
Exactly. You got to think about.
Does that change your move now?
Everything.
You got to.
Everything, because now I'm in the middle. I'm not recording. I'm not acting. I'm like, damn, that's fucked up, bro.
Yeah.
Like, because if I do something, I'm not going home tonight. Like,
you already got a strike against you because you're black.
Yeah.
Anything in there.
On the situation. And
what you mean by that?
What you got to lose, right?
What you have to lose. So, okay.
Uh-oh.
So we could just talk about the Alabama brawl.
Let's talk about it. For right now.
The brawl, would I be the first one? No. At the end, where everybody else is fighting, I might feel more inclined.
Why? Why is that, Isla?
Because in the end, you saw the police officers kind of take sides.
Yeah.
And they were not being aggressive.
At that point.
They were,
de-escalating
the situation. And so I think, what they did in that, instance was a testament to what a lot of officers should be doing in instances like that. Don't just automatically pull out your weapon. your
Right.
gun,
Assess
your
the
taser, stuff
situation
like that.
first.
Assess the situation, see what was going on.
Right.
Yeah, like you could probably get away. That's why Homeboy felt he was okay to pull out that folding chair.
Right.
But yeah, you gotta really, like you said, assess the situation first and see if you should mind your business or not.
What you got, Mike?
So I see both sides, man. I don't know, like, and I struggle with both sides. So like,
Yeah.
growing up, I remember in DC we used to like live in this apartment, and like the neighbors next door, like you would hear the abuse. I was a child, like you would hear it. But my mom and them would always be like,
Keep mind your
don't say-
business.
like mind your business. Don't say, like, so like a part of me has like this street element where it's just like, hear no evil, see no evil. If you see it, if it's happening, don't say shit, right?
Exactly.
Like don't say jack shit. Because
Exactly.
my mom, like I literally remember like Mr. James next door, like I'm a child, I'm just hearing stuff. I
Right.
don't know what was going on. Like,
Right.
but and my mom was just like she's hitting me like.
Yeah,
Stop,
yeah,
stop
chill out,
asking
yeah.
me questions about it. Don't say nothing about it. Hear no evil, see no evil.
Right. Go do something else.
Right? And like, I mean, and like that's a street code. Like legit, like you don't snitch, you don't tell, you don't rat. You know what I'm saying? But like in certain cases, like,
Does it warrant?
Hey, look.
and then to your point, you get to a point where it's just like, yo, I got a family. You like
Right.
you kind of have to like
Right.
you gotta like put that street code aside and like
Hey, listen, you're right. No disrespect to the people from the streets. I ain't from there. So I'm built different. Like,
Right.
like if it's affecting me, I'm snitching. Real talk. I know.
you on camera, you on camera, Jimmy.
Hey, I'm saying it. Listen, if we all out, I got a family, bro.
If it's a matter of going
I got
to
a
jail,
family.
I'm
Right.
telling
You mean to tell me
Right,
I'm
right.
supposed to? I'm supposed to.
I'm not taking a murder charge for you.
I'm supposed to take the butt of the blame for my brother when I got a wife and two kids at home.
Right.
I can't, bro.
You would take
Right.
a murder charge.
Hell no.
Cold, man.
Bro.
Telling. I'm telling.
Oh my God, y'all on
Mike,
camera.
come on, bro. Listen. Hey, don't if you want to do something
Don't murder
illegal,
around
don't
here.
invite me, bro. Don't invite me, bro.
Hey.
No, real talk. And I will say this, like you said the last episode, things are different if if you didn't have a wife
Yeah.
or a husband,
Right.
or kids,
Right.
if you didn't have anything attached
changes
to
Right.
it.
everything.
You move different. You
changes
think
everything.
different.
It changes,
right?
it changes
Right.
your whole psychic, right?
Right.
Like you have, in a sense, you're thinking, I have nothing to lose.
In a sense.
And
right.
then you're thinking, like, you know what? I'm trying to help my brother, man. Like, nah, I'll take the fall for him, whatever. Because there are situations you hear on the news all the time of
Yeah.
people taking the fall for other people,
Yeah.
and the lawyer knows it wasn't them,
Yeah.
but they got somebody.
Yeah, that, all they, look, sometimes all you need is somebody, right?
Right, as long
The prosecutor
as
says,
somebody.
"Give me somebody.
That's it.
I need
Just
somebody
give
to
me a name.
That's
As
it.
long as
No
it's
matter who it
somebody.
is,
Yep.
I need somebody.
Yep.
Make it stick. Right? What to tell you?
Yep.
Make it stick.
Like with the YSL thing, like you have all
YSL.
these people lining up trying to take the charge,
Right.
Because they know, I mean, if they do, whenever they get out, they're gonna be good.
Oh,
Their
yeah.
family's gonna be taken
Yeah.
care of. You know what I'm saying?
Like
Like
they can't get jobs themselves, so at least if
Exactly.
I take this charge, I'll be in. But
My-
YSL
yeah.
gonna take care of my family.
Oh,
and things
yeah.
like that. So
Yeah.
okay,
You got
okay,
people lining up
that
for that
was the
bitch.
Like, no, I
situation.
understand that when you come from a certain upbringing,
Right.
and,
sure.
and the people that you've come up with have always had your back, that's a different psychic, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm saying, I think about, this may not be a good analogy, but I'm thinking about it now, like the Exonerated Five. Them, like they were trying to find anybody who was remotely around the park in
Right.
New York
Yeah.
that saw or thought they saw those kids
Right.
beat that lady up, and they didn't do it at all. But it's, oh yeah, I saw five black kids.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we need you to testify.
Right.
Anything to
Right.
get them people, those young men at the time in jail. So it just made me think, like, even if I try to take the debate for somebody, like I got to think about, as we said earlier, like think about the repercussions of that. Like now, my wife is at home without a husband. My kids don't have a father.
Right.
All because I wanted to show my honor to my friend. Like that's a thin line, but I'm gonna have to go with protecting my family. That's just I could, but I choose not to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
it. So, hey.
That's what it
That's
boils down
tough.
to.
But you think about, let's flip it. Let's go with relationship wise.
Let's do it.
Right? Have y'all been in a situation or seen a situation where that topic has, shown his head where you could, but you chose not to? Anybody?
Huh?
I mean, I think in the younger years of my relationship, right, it was always about like proving yourself, or like you're not gonna mess with me, like you're not gonna play with me, you know, especially trying to be secure in a relationship. You know, this was freshman year in college, so, and this was also when we both pledged, so we both had lots of attention.
Yeah.
And so, you know, of course,
Y'all were hot.
like, I'm gonna do petty things. Like, I'm gonna, oh, why is she talking to you? And, you know, or I don't know if I remember y'all, I told y'all the story about how he was, you know, when he first played,
Yeah, you said you was crazy.
He was a part of the crew that drove the freshmen to and from the party.
Right.
And I made sure the pro fights knew, take his name off that flyer. He won't be driving freshmen to.
Right.
So, question: how does that make you feel? Well, how did it make you feel back then?
Back then,
Yeah.
it was like, you know, why you got these wild
Yeah, she
girls
said
up
she
in
was
your car?
crazy.
They would hang out the window. They would be twerking on the car.
Good times,
You
baby.
know
Good
what I'm
times.
saying? Like,
I
just
remember.
having a good time.
Good times, bro. Good times.
You know, now I could care less because I'm very secure in my relationship.
back then,
And
yeah.
he would never do that.
Right.
But back then, you know, like I would, you know, be doing petty things. And then at a certain point in the relationship,
Yeah.
he was like, you know, you have to trust me and know that I'm not doing anything. He's like, I've already proven that to you. So at a certain point, like if you don't see it for yourself, then that's something you're going to have to figure out. So I looked inside myself and I was like, you know what? You're so right. Like, I'm secure. You've never given me a reason for me not to be secure. So
The proof
why
is in
am I
the pudding,
carrying
yeah.
this stress
Right.
of choosing to, you know, be petty, be nasty, try to make girls not want to hang out with you? Like, that's not important. Like, that's not important. So at a certain point, the tides turn, and I'm like, okay, I could, but I choose not to. And so now I have so much peace.
There you go. There you go.
I mean,
It's
it's been
so
like
many years
4
later,
years
right?
since
Yeah,
then.
yeah,
Right.
for sure.
So like, there's
It's like what Mike said last episode, man. With technology has ruined us. It's a learning curve, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Because why, you know, and now in hindsight, I'm looking at you. I'm like, why put that stress on yourself?
Exactly.
You know, in the heat of the moment, I get it.
Yeah.
It feels good. You in control.
She not finna twerk
You
on
making
her car.
moves, right?
Work on the next guy's car.
And now you see, and then on the flip
Sometimes
side,
it be warranted though.
Go ahead.
I mean, sometimes it really do be warranted though. So like to not discredit your feelings in that moment, right? Like I think that, you know, sometimes like I mean
sure.
you just got you a good one. Like
Yeah.
he's a good one.
Yeah.
So in other
Right.
cases, like it's not
Yes.
necessarily
Having
like that's necessary.
Having come up and be one of the few of all of our friend groups to
Yep.
just stick with one person.
The whole time
Like,
through.
The whole time.
You know how hard that is?
So hard.
After pledging.
Talk about
yeah,
it.
So
that's
hard,
yeah.
but like for us being in it, it wasn't.
Right.
Like, it never was like, we have to work on this.
Right. But
Like,
that's a testament to what y'all were truly meant to be, because a lot of people can't say that.
Exactly.
Like a lot of
Exactly.
people can't say that.
So I'm like looking at other people and I'm like, wait, they have actual problems.
Right.
So why am I making a problem?
Girl.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
Look.
There you go.
Oh,
Hey.
that girl is talking.
Hey
Talk
man, preaching
nice,
over there,
talk
bro.
nice.
It comes with time. It comes with like trying and failing, and it comes with trust. Like,
And
you
maturity,
have to learn
right?
that.
You grow up. Yeah, you grow up.
Maturity.
But
Don't give energy to shit that doesn't matter, that you can't affect, right?
Right.
You
But
can't control it, let it go.
But a lot of times, what you experience also comes from past experiences.
Right.
Because that happens a lot, because all of that stress
so?
that you're adding
Yes.
onto the next person in your life,
I had
you're
traumatic
pulling it from somewhere else.
experiences.
Yeah.
You're pulling it from somewhere
Yeah,
else.
so
somewhere else.
those
Or it could be
anxieties and
ideation
those
too,
insecurities
though, I mean.
almost come up. I mean, later
Yeah,
relationships.
sometimes past experiences too. But like I think sometimes like with people, I was gonna say women, but with people, that's inclusive, right?
Right.
That's inclusive.
Say
Men
it.
And women, like it's ideation too. It's like the thought of like, oh well, this is what could potentially occur. This is what like.
Right.
So I don't like. I mean,
Right.
trauma is a real thing, right? So people like
Exactly.
lead off of trauma. Like
Exactly.
everybody may not necessarily have like Isla may have not had 4 or 5 exes before Jay, right?
Right.
So like it could be like this ideation that my homegirl, I just hung around all these women,
Right.
And like this has been their reality.
That
So,
made
like,
bad
this is,
decisions,
like,
so,
yeah, they made
yeah.
bad decisions. They've had F niggas. Like,
right.
so this is my
Right.
reality.
That's
you
my
know?
reality, right?
Yeah.
Mark, what you think, bro?
Bro, that's exactly hit right in there, bro. That's true. Like sometimes,
So it's both.
yeah, it could be
It
both.
could
Right?
be
We
both.
talked about in previous episodes how the statistics show that you are a product of your environment, right? I mean, whether it's good or bad, that's what it is. It is what it is. So, but to a certain extent, you still have control of your destiny to a certain extent,
Yeah,
right?
100%.
So you can make a choice at the fork in the road. Say, hey, it's gonna be a consequence either way, but what am I willing to be okay with? You know what I'm saying? And you make that choice and you move forward and you own it, whether it's good or bad. You know what you chose to do.
Yeah.
So both cases could be, true.
I feel like, and I totally agree. I feel like there are some cases though that people decide how to move
Yeah.
based off of how they see other couples move. And what I mean by that is sometimes a lot of people don't know how to move or what to choose because they never experienced it.
Right.
So they look at other people for examples.
Right.
So like
Right.
if Ala and JB and me and my wife were in the same generation, age group and all of that, and I had never experienced being, with this woman longer than 2 months. Here she is with JB for 3 or 4 years. I'm gonna look to them
Yeah.
and see how they move
Yeah.
and how they handle arguments
Right.
and disagreements and how they, when she sees a female trying to holler at JB, how she handles that.
Right.
Or on the flip side, JB sees how a guy's hollering at Isla.
How he handles
I could
that.
be like, okay, I see how he do that. Like, I need to try, maybe not like that, but find my way.
Right. You
Because
use that to
Right, because
hone
there
in
are
on
a lot
your.
of people who don't know how to do certain things.
Right.
And assumptions is the devil's playground, man. Because you listen,
Yeah,
listen.
for real.
Because the moment you start assuming, that's when past experiences start rising up in your
Already
head,
wrong, bro.
or
Already wrong.
you watch something on TV from Love and Hip Hop,
Yeah.
or from Real Housewives. You're like,
Right.
ooh, I saw that on TV.
Right. And we already just
Nigga,
we
you
already
doing
figured
that
out.
right now.
Love is not blind. We're talking about that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh my god.
Go ahead.
So so I mean, it's choosing. I could, but I choose not to.
Right.
Can also be a powerful thing.
Right.
For mental health.
A little bit.
For like mental health, I'm thinking about mental health wise. Like
Yeah, you said powerful though.
I mean, powerful in the sense of like owning it and being in control of your thoughts
Right.
and not letting someone else tell you what to do.
Right.
Because there are situations in relationships that I know of where the guy or the female is controlled by somebody else. Like they don't have a thought. Like they tell them what to do. X, Y, and Z. Like, no, you ain't doing this. You doing this. Come here. Like all that.
Right.
Like treat them like a child in a sense, right? And not like a man or like a woman.
Right.
So then they don't have a say so. They don't have a voice. And, in a relationship, as we all are in, having a voice means a lot because communication is key, right? It's
It's
one of the main
everything.
things you got to have in a relationship.
It's everything,
And when
yeah.
you decide, depending upon the situation, of course, but if you decide, you know what, I could, but I choose not to, whatever the situation is, the fact that you have that voice, it can be powerful, but how you use that,
Right.
I think is also the other side of it.
Right.
Because I mean, yeah. But this is what I.
So how did that translate in relationships, right? So like, I could, but I choose not to, right?
Mhm.
So like, if I'm with my spouse, and this I'm just talking on like argumentatively.
There you go.
Stating, right?
Powerful,
Like,
right there. It's power.
how do we?
Come on, Mike. Just say it, Mike. Let's go, baby.
No, all right.
Mike trying to skate around that thing. Come on, Mike. Stand up in it, Mike.
Elephant in the room, right? So it's just like, picking and choosing your battles.
Yes.
How do y'all deal with that? Right?
Let's start with Arlo on that because I think you mentioned something about being petty, right? So let's.
So many times, it's at least for me.
Yeah.
Like
It's
so many
hard. It's
times
hard to.
where it's just like, I can do this, but like,
The face. It's the face. It's the pause and the face.
The opportunity presents itself.
Yeah.
And you like, if I did this.
yeah, but I have to think like 2, 3, 4 steps ahead. I'm just like, but if I did address this right now,
Right.
like,
You already know what's gonna happen. That's powerful.
Bro.
That's what I mean by that's
Nigga,
powerful.
what?
That's powerful. The fact that you can see 2 or 3 or 4 steps ahead. Because there are a
Yeah,
lot of guys.
people don't.
that's the power.
A lot of people don't see
Like,
that. Don't
I feel-
forecast.
I don't
A lot of
feel
guys can't.
powerful in that moment. Because I'm just
Oh
like,
yeah, for sure.
Oh, you feel weak as
like,
hell.
I feel weak as hell because I'm just
Yeah,
like,
you
know
like,
what?
man.
I'm not about to like double click on this. Like, all right, cool.
Right.
You got it.
Yeah.
Right.
This is it.
That's
This is
it.
your logic.
That's it.
This is the understanding.
That's it.
But
And not even just in a relationship. Literally, like I had to deal
Yeah.
with this with my mom just this weekend.
See
I'm
that?
just like,
Yeah.
Mama, you
You
got,
got
it.
it.
Like
Right.
I'm not about to go
Hey.
down this road.
But then look, next week you feel real good. You like, yeah.
I
I'm glad
avoided a
made
whole
that
type
decision,
of
bro.
That's
yeah.
true.
But in the heat of it, you
You
don't.
can sleep. Yeah.
Hey, well, no, that's one of them.
In the heat of it, you don't feel power. You don't feel power.
Not in the moment. Never.
No, you don't.
Never
Nah,
in the
bro.
moment.
But the
Nah,
fact
you
that,
you feel.
But what you said, Mark, was spot on. What Mike was just saying is that a lot of guys or women can't do that.
No.
They can't see the foreseeable future.
Nah.
They
They're
can't.
just focused on right now.
Right now,
No,
I'm
man.
trying to look ahead. Like if I partake in this argument,
Right.
or if I partake in any situation that's going to be affecting me, I'm already trying. I'm trying. I'm not perfect in it, but I'm trying to think ahead. Like, what is the result of this? And that's hard to do in the heat of the moment.
It is. It is.
It's very hard, but you gotta find your inner zen or whatever the
Right,
case is.
right.
You gotta find it really quick. I mean, there have been many a times when I was younger, man. I could have been a hothead,
Right.
but I quickly, I really believe it was by the grace of God, He put it on me like, don't do it. That inner person that talks to you, like, because if I go there, it's gonna be
up.
I'm gonna f myself up.
Yeah.
And I may mess up my job opportunities. I may
Yeah.
mess up my future my wife opportunities.
Yeah.
Yep.
All of that.
Yeah.
Everything you do, like I want to teach my boys when they grow up. Everything you do has a consequence.
That's it. That's
Everything.
it. That's it.
Either good
That's
or
right.
bad. Good or bad.
That's
so
it.
you choose your battles. And that's why I say it's powerful that you can be able to choose your battles. Because there are a lot of people who don't choose. They go after every
just
single
run it.
battle.
Yeah.
And then it becomes stressful,
Yeah,
right?
it's hard. It's hard.
So much.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard, bro. It's hard. I want to hear from Island, man. But before, I really want to hear from Island. Listen, bro.
I kind of wanted to hear from you,
Bro.
like how you handle
So look, okay,
like your battles. Like I mean, when you pick and choose.
like from relationship standpoint.
Yeah.
So my pops told me a long time ago. He said, "Son," and I think I've mentioned you before, J Man. He said, it's easier to make a good decision the first time around than having to make a great decision the second time around, right? Because your options are lesser, right? Since you chose not to go the right way, and the second time it comes around, you have fewer options, and now it forces you to be better, right? Or to do more with less.
Wisdom.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I didn't understand what that meant
Okay.
growing up. I was like, what the fuck you talking about?
Yeah, of course.
But come with time and maturity, you like, okay, I see what Pops was talking about now. Right?
And you gotta live a little, right?
Yeah, because
You
I
gotta
don't know
live
what y'all like. Once I got to high school, I started feeling myself a little more. I was working out, So, and Moms was trying to, she have days where I thought she was telling me something that didn't make sense. And you step up a little bit, like, what you talking about? Like, Mom, chill out. She said, who you talking to, right? So there's some days where I sleep in my own bed because I stepped up to my Dukes in a way I shouldn't have stepped up to it. But that's a point where I could have chose not to, right? But the young me on those little moments said, I wasn't thinking about tomorrow. I'm right now, like, Mom, you wrong. Like, I'm going to tell you wrong at 13, 14. But she going to say, get out of my house then.
But then before we go to
You know what I'm
Isla,
A little different, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
before we go to Isla,
Grace wasn't having that in her house.
it's,
Grace.
before we go to Isla, think
Hey.
about that. It's an ego thing too, right?
It is.
Yeah.
Because I know a good number of people who will say, if I'm wrong, damn it, I'm just wrong. Kind of thing. Like they don't, because they want to still be in control
Right.
of what the situation is. Instead of
Right.
someone just politely and respectfully telling them what's right and what's wrong. Nah,
Right.
man, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, damn it. It's my decision,
Right.
that kind of thing, right?
Right.
But then you reap what you sow.
Always,
So,
always.
Isla, what you got, girl?
100%.
Come on, talk to us, girl.
100%.
What, as in?
I mean, just like
Break it down. Break it
break
down.
it
now.
down. Like as far as your relationships, well,
I
your
want to
relationship-
know, do you
with
pick
your
and choose
husband.
your battles too?
I do. I mean, when it comes to
And then why?
work, being one of two black women on my entire team, I have to pick my battles very carefully because, of course, the angry black woman, and I've brought that up to higher ups before, like, I don't want to seem like an angry black woman. I'm just being transparent with you. And I have always been told, absolutely not. always make sure you voice your opinion. Do this, do
Inclusion.
that. They say that, but in situations that aren't, in my opinion, life or death,
Yeah.
I don't always feel that I have that opportunity or that platform to say
Or that
exactly
support.
how I feel or that support.
Nah, 'cause you
And
don't.
If you always
you
have a
don't.
problem, that's going to be a pattern for you, and it's
Exactly.
going to come
Because
back
all
to you.
eyes are always on what?
Absolutely
On you.
on me
Always.
every
Always.
single time. So,
So-
in work,
Always.
So is there power in keeping your mouth shut
absolutely,
at work?
absolutely. I always.
Wait, what?
There's power in, okay, so something happens, right? Something happens that is.
Power in keeping your mouth shut.
There is.
Yeah.
You don't
No one want
always
to
have
speak.
Break it down.
No one want
Break
to
it
You
speak.
always have to address every single
Exactly.
thing.
Choosing your
Because they're gonna
battles.
be like, gosh, they are.
She got something. She,
Yeah,
she,
yeah.
right. She got
I
a problem.
could, but I choose not to.
Right. We changed the water. She don't like the new water now.
But what
Yeah.
I do choose is
Yeah.
the time and date of that instance. I have now written it down in my personal folder to where if maybe a year later something happens and maybe I do blow up. Maybe I do have a bad day at work and now it's in front of a situation with higher ups, with HR.
Right,
Okay.
right.
Now I've got a folder of on this date,
Y, and
2
Z.
years ago, this date, this year ago, this date, and here's my emails where I have
You got receipts.
set all that comes up. Now my
Receipts.
job is
Yeah,
saved.
yeah, yeah.
Now my
Receipts.
job is saved. And so, you just have to be very careful about what you say, how you say it. It's like there's power in keeping your mouth shut. So that's work. In relationships, I could choosing battles. Yeah, it's interesting
Yeah.
because in my relationship, my husband is not an arguer. He does not argue.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't. If I have a problem, he's so quick to be like, "Oh, I'm sorry. How can I fix it?" And I'm like, "Wait, let me be mad, damn it."
We're
We
fixers.
talked about
Yeah.
that.
We're fixers.
Talked about
He's
that.
a
Yep.
fixer. And so it's difficult sometimes because I want to be angry and I want to, say different things and, like feel like be upset. Sometimes there's a solace in being upset and getting your feelings out there.
Absolutely.
And
Sometimes you need that step.
Absolutely.
sometimes you need that.
Absolutely.
And when you have someone who literally just will not get mad,
They're not gonna give in to it.
he's not going to.
See?
But he doesn't get mad like as a person.
Toxic
It takes-
positivity. We got to talk about it. We got to talk about that one day, man.
Positivity. Yeah, and so
That's
it's
hilarious.
Got to talk about that. See?
yeah.
That is
Toxic
hilarious.
positivity.
Yeah.
Toxic
Too much. It's too much.
positivity.
That's coming. That's
Right.
coming.
Too
That's
much.
coming. But no,
They said, why are you always? Can't you be mad one time with me?
Exactly. And because
but-
of that, it
Right.
has forced me now to
Yeah.
really pick my battles
Mm.
because I already know if I'm bringing up something petty,
He gon-
it's
it's
not
not-
going.
It's not gonna
anywhere.
stick,
so
right.
now I'm forced to be mature, which is good.
yeah.
But now I'm really only going to bring up things that actually are an issue because
See, that's my question there. When and you agree with her wholeheartedly when she said that
Absolutely.
there's solace in being in that moment and being
In that
angry,
moment,
right?
yep.
But my question to all of y'all is, well, how many times do you let that go? You know what I'm saying? How many times do you let that ride? Because
Yeah.
what's the old saying?
Bro, it's
you
a
give
burnout.
somebody an inch, they'll take
For
a
me,
yard.
like, you get burnt
Yeah.
It's
out.
like,
I get
dude,
burnt out. Yeah.
at some point, like,
At some
come
point,
on,
You
I have a,
yelling
yeah, you do
You're doing
like,
too
You're
much.
doing
you
too
doing
much,
too
yeah.
much.
doing too much,
You're
man.
doing
Like,
too much.
like I get it. There are. I totally agree. I think that toxic positivity episode is gonna be fire when we get to it.
Right.
But
That was so fire. Like,
yeah,
toxic positivity.
It's gonna
Crazy.
because you
I've
want
never heard of
to
that.
be in that moment. You want to be in that moment. Like I am just not feeling it, and I
Right.
want to sit in that.
Right.
And I want
Yeah.
you to.
And I want you
sit
to meet
in
me
it.
there.
I
Right.
want you to meet.
Why
me
you
there.
up there and I want to stay down
validate
here?
my
Meet me,
feelings
right?
Of,
I'm not crazy, so
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
not feeling crazy.
Yeah.
But who?
Gosh.
But who's the one? Maybe you can answer this because you brought it up. Who's the one that gets out of the rut? Then if both of y'all are down there, like man, all right, she down here too. Like all right, I'm mad too about this day
Yeah.
that you had. At some point, who's the one that says, all right, I'm over it?
It's always him.
always him?
It's funny because he'll be like, okay, yeah, we're upset, but can you do anything about it? Can I do anything about it? No. So why are we sitting here
Let's move on.
this upset? Let's move on. And so me,
Yeah.
I like to sit there and be upset
Yeah,
all year
relish it.
long.
Relish
And
it,
he's
yeah.
like, let's get over it. Let's move on. And let's, cherish the days that we have now because you never know when it could be your last day. So he's more so of the I don't want to say
Oh my
toxic.
gosh.
Hey.
No, it is.
I mean, that's what.
But
That's
yeah.
what it. I mean,
positive.
It is because in my workforce we have a lot of people who we got a lot on our plates. 5 or 6 different schools that we got to attend to, and it becomes stressful. Like with your work, I'm pretty sure as a real estate person, and with your work at home, like even though you work at home, I bet you there are people on the outside looking in like, oh man, this dude right here got it easy, bro. He at home.
A million different things going on. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But then,
Multitasking.
You always have to be like
Yeah.
there. If you're not immediately there,
yeah.
I already know.
You should be there extra, right? Since you're not here, right?
Exactly.
That's what
Yeah.
they think.
Like
right?
what you stressing about?
Right.
You working from home,
Right.
but
And
you
how
don't
come
you don't
can't
know.
stay late.
You're already at home.
Right.
coming
What you
early.
stressing about? You're
Yeah.
making money doing homes and doing X, Y, and Z, but they don't know. They're not in the trenches, right?
Right. Oh my
So
gosh.
with my team, they
is
got
triggering. This is
they got all that stress, and it's like I try to come in and be positive because we have to do
Right.
these. We have these things called strength finders. And we have to do every year, and to reassess. We don't have to do them every year, but they ask us to. But it's a test of I don't know how many questions, but at the end they identify what your strengths are. There are 34 strengths that a human has access to, in a sense. That's the wrong word, but they're the top 5 that you use the most, right? So one of my top 5 is positivity. And so with that, I fall in the group of relationship building. So what happens with that is I'm always, when I see somebody on my team stressed out, I'm the one that's like, hey, it ain't as bad as you really think it is. It could be a whole lot worse. Somebody else right now wants your job.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I go that route. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But at the same time, to your point, and to y'all's point, they were like, look, I don't want to hear that right now.
Right.
Right.
I just want to sit in
wanna
it.
vent.
I want to
Right.
vent.
Just vent.
I want you to listen.
I want to get it out my pores, and
Right.
but then I'm like, JB, do it
Right.
and get over it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, I think it may be like a female thing though, because I'm here I hear all the time in all the relationships, people say, well, my girl she always is extra when she's mad, or when things go wrong, they hit her differently. I don't see what the point is. I'm like, either let's fix it or let's move on, or if there's nothing, or what are we really talking about, right? And that's kind of how I approach it sometimes. I'm like, like my wife says something, I'm like, okay, you right. Let's move on. You know what I'm saying? I don't
You be pushing.
want to stay here. So you right.
don't wanna stay
I'm
here.
telling you right. And it's not a win or lose thing, but in my mind, I'm thinking I'm telling you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear, but what I think you need to hear. You're right. I understand. I hear what you're saying. Let's move on.
How does she respond?
But I don't
to
think.
it?
But she want to hear that. Female, like I was saying, they want to resonate in that space for a minute, and they want you to meet them there mentally. No. You hear what I'm saying, but you're not listening.
So childish.
I want you to be here with me. I want you to repeat what I just told you. I want you to give me some examples, a whole essay,
Come on.
and why you understand what I'm telling you, and then we could talk about the steps and stuff to get to the next place. I'm like, nah, let's bypass that shit.
So
You right? Let's go.
question on the floor. Would you rather have your spouse always complaining or always positive? What you want? Because you got toxic positivity,
Yeah, Mike. I mean,
Yeah.
and then you got always negative. What you rocking with?
I would do always complaining because the whole whole perfection thing that's
It feels like gaslighting at a point.
yeah, it's
But
weird.
But is
It's very
positivity
weird.
perfection though? Is it?
That's close.
that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is
I
it
would-
really?
I
At
would-
least if
I
you're
would- at least
complaining, you being dead ass.
you being dead ass.
You being real, right?
You being real. I can.
Like,
rock with
I can
that.
respect that.
I can respect that.
Being positive, not being
But
real.
doing
Nah, 'cause it comes off fake,
consistently,
right?
It's just
Oh, it
a
comes
different-
off fake.
Always
Yeah.
is the operative
It's
word.
It's the word.
That's the operative
Always
word.
is the word.
Always.
Operative is
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
always is the operative word.
Yeah.
Yes.
So to think about you at
I
home.
just got into a car accident and totaled my car. Oh, well, you're still living. I mean, yeah.
That's
but,
fake.
you know,
Right.
That's not fake though.
to work.
That's being fake.
No,
That's
but
not
it's
being
like,
fake.
I need you to be mad that I totaled my car.
I don't get it.
But if
I
two
don't get
people
it.
are angry, who's gonna be the bigger head and be like, all right, now let's fix this problem?
See that?
For me,
That's
I
what I'm
need you to
thinking
be
about.
angry with me
That's what I'm
for a
thinking.
little bit. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
A little
I need
bit.
you to be. I need.
That's what I've learned.
If somebody
That's-
totals
I think it's a
my
female
car,
thing.
right?
It's a female thing.
I think so.
If
That's what I've
somebody
learned.
totals my car, it's
It
not
took
my
me
fault.
years.
Right.
I
It does,
need
bro.
you to be
It took
as
me
mad
years.
as
Somebody
my
got to be the
man.
level head, right?
It's
Somebody
like
got to be.
they want you to stoop
You gotta
down.
match my energy.
Match their energy
Yes.
versus
You don't-
saying yo.
Okay, Big Lotto.
Right. Bro, I've used scripture. I've used Socrates.
Right.
I've used Plato.
Right.
I've used Jesus. Oh no, you cool. All right, yeah, you got into an accident.
Right.
God got it. We got it.
Right.
Blah blah blah. And
I
they just
can
looking at
have
you
it
just like
tomorrow.
Right.
they looking at you like,
I'm trying to have it today.
They were looking at you like, what are you talking about?
what are you
Right.
talking about?
Right.
Right.
No, like
I need you
like,
to come to the
need
scene,
you.
and I need you to fight the person that hit my
Right.
car.
That's what they want.
Right.
I get it. I just don't
Shit
think
is
of
crazy.
positivity being fake.
Too much of it. We talk
I
positivity.
think
Too much of it?
Too much of it.
There's
Too much of
healthy
one thing may not be a good thing, right?
Same way with complaining, right?
Right.
Same way with complaining. Too much of it, like look.
Now it's like,
That's too
yeah,
much
I
complaining.
don't wanna be
Right.
with you.
Right.
Exactly.
Because I already know.
So you gotta have a balance, right?
Gotta have balance.
Yeah.
Gotta have
It has
balance.
to be a balance.
Gotta have
Is
balance.
that how we're gonna end it? You gotta have a balance of choosing when and choosing not to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It can't be more to the left, more to the right.
Right.
Yeah,
Like you don't never make no decision. You don't never.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess you gotta have a
Sure.
balance.
I mean, like with dating, and this will be the last thing for me. Like with dating, you always don't want to be the one to choose something. You always don't want to be the one
gosh.
with the idea. Because
Right.
it's like, well, gosh, do you even care what we do together?
But what if you know your spouse and you know your spouse is a very indecisive person,
Let
and
them
you
be
know that, so then you can't be mad if they say, "Oh, well, I don't know," because you know I'm an indecisive person. Right? What do you say to that, Miss Isla?
I mean, I'm very indecisive.
Yeah.
But there are also times when I'm like, okay, I want to choose what we want to do.
I got you.
Right. Right.
So I mean,
So
what's
make
healthy
the
with-
effort. Make the
yeah,
effort.
make the effort.
Right. There are some people
if
think,
you know
yeah.
somebody's indecisive, say, okay, well, here are two options.
Yeah.
Choose between the two of those. If you can't,
So you can accept that.
yes.
I got you.
Yes.
Because that's showing at least an effort.
Right.
Effort is all that's required. That's it.
Right. If only was that easy, man.
There you
If
go.
only was that easy, man. It's
I think that's a
There
good
you
way to
have it.
stop right there, man.
Yeah.
bro.
There you have it.
Hey, don't forget, check us out on YouTube. Subscribe. As Mike always say, smash that like button.
Yeah.
Comment. Let us know what you're thinking, man. This is our topic about I could, but I choose not to. Let us know how you feel about it, all right?
Appreciate
Shout out to
y'all.
Isla coming through.
Yeah.
Isla.
Hey, we'll see y'all
Isla,
next
come
time.
back.